Okay, I'm nowhere near as good as Kev is at this. I hope you can hear me okay. So, I would like to thank MCCD first off, for all that they do to help the children and the families. It's really a wonderful organization, and I'm so happy we've been part of it for so long. I asked to talk tonight to address the parents. Thank you for the wonderful job you do with our wonderful blessings from God. The fact that you found MCCD to help with getting things that your child needs makes you a super parent. In my 21 years of experience of being a mother of a special needs child, one thing I have learned is to never give up. Keep researching solutions, asking questions, and thinking outside the box. Apply for every government program you can, whether you get approved or not right away. We were on a waiting list for the Medicaid waiver and told we did not qualify, but 2 months before Kevin had a major surgery, which turned into 4 surgeries, a month in the hospital, and a very serious 1-year recovery period, we were approved and received nursing services at home. It truly was God's intervention, but it may not have happened if I hadn't applied 10 years previously. I have also learned by asking questions that you can sometimes get items previously denied by insurance approved if you ask for a case manager to review your child's case. I did it and got a device for Kevin that was very controversial at the time. He was 5, and it was a Dynavox. The medical director was very upset when he found out it was approved, but he couldn't do anything. He speaks now, but I credit him having a voice until he could discover his own to contribute to his speaking now. He was no longer frustrated because he could finally say what he wanted to say. After I did some more researching, I was happy to get another medical device whose side effect actually started him talking. I won't go into detail here because it's a sensitive subject, but you just never know how one thing will affect another and changing the course of your child's life. He went from a life of constant supervision to a life of liberal amounts of independence and feelings of self-worth through his volunteering. And a final thought on school. I used to get so upset with the multifactorial evaluations every 4 years. They seemed to only want to focus on what he couldn't do instead of focusing on what he improved on and what he could do. Many cases it was dramatic of how he had improved, but that's okay. They have their goals and they need to work on things, so that's what they focus on. And quite honestly, I found that after I stopped focusing on the hard stuff for him, he ended up mastering it a couple months after I stopped pushing. You would not believe it was like pulling teeth to get him to write a 3-word sentence. I did not hear that speech until right before we left to come here tonight. He did it all on his own. Follow your child's lead. They are the experts on themselves. They are wonderful teachers if we stop to learn from them. Help them to work on realizing their dreams to the best of their ability. Think outside the box. In closing, I would like to say that my guidance and strength came from a poem by Irma Bombeck called The Special Mother. I'd like to share it with you. Most women become mothers by accident, some by choice, a few by social pressures, and a couple by habit. This year, nearly 100,000 women will become mothers of handicapped children. Did you ever wonder how mothers of handicapped children are chosen? Somehow I visualize God hovering over earth, selecting his instruments for propagation with great care and deliberation. As he observes, he instructs his angels to make notes in a giant ledger. Armstrong, Beth, son, patron saint, giver Gerard. He's used to profanity. Forrest, Marjorie, daughter, patron saint Cecilia. Rutledge, Carrie, twins, patron patron saint Matthew. He finally passes a name to an angel and smiles. Give her a handicapped child. The angel is curious. Why this one, God? She's so happy. Exactly, smiles God. Could I give a handicapped child to a mother who does not know laughter? That would be cruel. But has she patience? Asked the angel. I don't want her to have too much patience, or she will drown in a sea of self-pity and despair. Once the shock and resentment wears off, she'll handle it. I watched her today. She has that feeling of self and independence that is so rare and so necessary in a mother. You see, the child I'm going to give her has his own world. She has to make him live in her world, and that's not going to be easy. But Lord, I don't think she even believes in you. God smiles. No matter, I can fix that. This one is perfect. She has just enough selfishness. The angel gasps. Selfishness? Is that a virtue? God nods. If she can't separate herself from the child occasionally, she will never survive. Yes, here is a woman whom I will bless with a child less than perfect. She doesn't realize it yet, but she is to be envied. She will never take for granted a spoken word. She will never consider a step ordinary. When her child says mommy for the first time, she will be present at a miracle and will know it. I will permit her to see clearly the things I see, ignorance, cruelty, prejudice, and allow her to rise above them. She will never be alone. I will be at her side every minute of every day of her life, because she is doing my work as surely as if she is here by my side. And what about her patron saint? Asked the angel. His pen poised in midair, God smiles. A mirror will suffice.